Hey you guys, today we're going to be taking a look back at Ultimate Form. There was so much here that I wanted to go back and try to piece together some of the mysteries left over after the initial breakdown. The first thing I wanted to point out was during the opening of the transformation. For a split second, you can see the other magic circle spawn during the attacks in Ultimate Form. I don't think I had seen this or even pointed this out in the original breakdown because I believe the scene I was using had a hard time rendering everything in. So by the time it actually did render everything in, that crown or magic circle was already gone. Anyways, something that I've been trying to figure out was the symbols seen on this magic circle. Water Cage actually helped me crack it, and it is very, very interesting. So first, I will start by explaining how we cracked it. There are points on the summon circle where the symbols are mirrored. What I mean by this is this part here seems to be the stopping point between these two C's. They mirror each other with a Z, and then this X, which you can see is mirrored on the other side. I wrote out the mirrored parts, which I'll put up on screen with substitutions of the characters. This does not mess with the meaning since we will be matching those symbols to a letter in the English language anyways. What I ended up with is what is on screen. When put through a substitution solver, it popped out this. If we break off the mirrored part, we are left with adoratus. We were thinking it was Latin, so we split the words apart into ant, era, and tis. When thrown into a translator, it detected Greek and gave us the phrase, "look at her." This immediately made me think of the scene at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 where Sora is looking at Kairi as he disappears. I'm not sure why this would be on the Ultimate Form magic circle though. Also, if we take out all the spaces, we get undead, which could be the incantation to summon these blades of light from deceased wielders. The last thing I tried was making the capital A lowercase a at the beginning. This changed the meaning to beloved. I'm not sure which of these will be right, or if they are even right at all. It just seems so weird to have words or phrases that fit so well in the Kingdom Hearts universe. Also, if you keep the spaces and change the capital A to a lowercase a, it changes the meaning to at least. That one didn't really mean anything to me, but I did want to put it in just to, fill it out and not leave any missing pieces. One last thing I'll point out is that the other magic circle that I pointed out before actually has the exact same letters on it. I know in my original breakdown, I'm pretty sure I said that this was a different set of characters, but they are the exact same. Anyways, I probably can't top this, but let's move on to some other things I noticed. The next thing I wanted to touch upon were the Blades of Light. I've not been able to match these weapons to anything yet, but I do want to say that the blade charge styles or form changes from Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance bear some resemblance to these two Blades of Light. It's not perfect, but it does look pretty similar. Also, this Blade of Light has a heart symbol that looks incredibly similar to the hearts of the Lost Masters Keyblades. It is a longer looking heart, which is different from the usual more full looking heart seen elsewhere. You could maybe argue that this looks a bit like the Blades of Light that Ventus uses in his Wingblade command style. And it could kind of fit since Ventus was in the Age of Fairy Tales, which is when the Foretellers had their Keyblades. Also in Birth by Sleep, Ericus summons Blades of Light, but I couldn't find a similarity to any of the other Blades of Light seen in Ultimate Form. The closest I could see is this one with the rounded top, but even then it's not really even that similar. While we were talking about blades, the Keyblade shows off frills, which could be similar to the Keyblade's frills. All of the Keyblades were said to be created after the true Keyblade, so this could be why they have a similar aesthetic. Also, the heart in the blade of the Keyblade has teeth that poke out of the top of it, showing off the crown and heart combination we have seen in other places, such as the throne Sora is sitting on here. In my original video, I pointed out these chains during the shotlock and wondered where I'd seen them before. It turns out it is just the keychain of the ultimate weapon. Also, speaking of shotlocks, the symbol seen on Mickey's ultimate attack is the same shard seen in the shotlock reticle. This could be the keychains or this part here on the Keyblade. It also looks pretty similar to the symbol seen in the magic circle of Sora's ultimate form transformation, but there's these two parts that stick out of it at the bottom. So I don't know if that's supposed to mean a higher form of the magic circle or if there's an actual symbol that looks just like this. Anyways, let's move on. There are two things I wanted to go over with the combo of ultimate form. The first is the red and blue spinning attack. These actually always use the same two blades, the two-pronged sword and the sword with the rounded head. It's odd how these are not randomized like all the other attacks. Red and blue are almost always indicative of the connection between Sora and Riku, so I wonder if these two swords are supposed to represent them in some way. Riku is usually symbolized by the color blue, and in his blade charge, form change or command style, it looks really similar to the two-pronged sword. Moving on, the combo finisher is extremely similar to the Faith command Ventus uses from Birth by Sleep. The last thing I want to talk about are the crystals of light seen around Sora during the finisher. I don't know why I was so vague about it in my original breakdown, but I believe this is supposed to be the 7 lights from the Keyblade. That could mean the 7 Guardians of Light, the 7 Princesses of Heart, or the 7 Pure of Heart. Yensid talks about how the light can move on from one person to the next when he is talking about how the 7 lights move from the 7 Princesses of Heart to the 7 Pure of Heart. So I think rather than representing like the Guardians of Light or the 7 Princesses of Heart or the 7 Pure of Heart, I think it's overall just meaning the 7 lights that make up the Keyblade. I think this is proved further with the rest of the finisher attack. During the slashes that send out all these blades of light, some are stuck in the ground reminiscent to the Keyblade graveyard. If this is supposed to be a nod to the Keyblade War, does that mean that the blades of light are representing the Keyblades of light and darkness? We can see blades appearing from above and below Sora, which could represent the opposing sides of light and darkness. I think this finisher is representing the Keyblade as well as how to bring about Kingdom Hearts. Light and darkness need to clash to create the Keyblade, which in turn will summon Kingdom Hearts. Sora is seen to gain the Keyblade at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, and you could say that he is kind of the ruler over Kingdom Hearts, which is represented by the crown above the heart. And that is all I have for you guys today. I hope this was interesting for you. I'm still so fascinated that the symbols on the magic circle actually had some kind of meaning. What do you guys think about it? Let me know down below. It could definitely be a huge coincidence, but that would have to be a pretty big coincidence for it to have words that could equate to things that happened in the Kingdom Hearts universe. Anyways, I am pretty active on Twitch, YouTube, Discord, and Twitter, so be sure to follow the links in the description below to stay connected. If you haven't watched my original breakdown on Ultimate Form, click the card on screen. Subscribe or share this, and I will see you in the next video. Also, if you want to see my breakdowns a day early, hear my commentary on making those breakdowns, or watch an exclusive stream each week, consider becoming a member. Click the join button next to the subscribe button to learn more.